Okay. It's going again, and this one will be 27 minutes long. I'm going to show you a series of pictures of this little creature, I think, that I have named Harry, the light creature, because he's like a little spider in a way. He looks similar to one. Unusual, for sure. But he just drops down in some of the orbs when I'm using one particular camera. I never get him in another camera, but just that one particular one. And he's a little black spot thing with little parts of him that don't seem to be connected, but they hang real close to him, always in the same place. And sometimes when I'm making a video and he pops in, he just follows along everywhere I look at other parts of the source of light. I move my camera around in different areas of the room. And Harry just stays in view. He stays in the orb that I'm looking at. And sometimes, now this sounds crazy. Oh dear, I don't have many of there he is again. I had some other stuff in there. Now, a lot of people would not recognize Harry as this one, but I do because I'm so used to him. When he pops in, I know some of his features because I've seen it so much. And sometimes I'll be filming and thinking, Harry, show up. I haven't seen you in so long. He's like a friend, you know, you want to see him again. And when I say that, within a minute or so, he pops into the scene. There he is, but he was just a blur there. He didn't show up very distinct, which that happens quite a lot with Harry. Sometimes he's real small and you can see more of him, and sometimes he's large. But he has this extended appendage that goes out from his left side, and sometimes he's so big in the orb that you can't get them all in, but then that part won't be showing up. There he is again. That's him, but you can't really tell. Can't really tell there either. I just put together a lot of pictures. Now this one, you can see that appendage real good. See, it comes out a long way. And there's his little black body. And see, there he is, and the appendage, you can sort of see it in this one, but the body's not too defined. I said, hi again, you keep popping up. So I'm just going to pass a lot of pictures that he's in. You can see him here. You can see that appendage and the little floating parts of his body that are around him. Now, at first I thought Harry was a piece of debris that fell around inside my camera, and that was all it was. Because I thought that because, you know, it's hard to believe that there's a living creature that you can see inside of an orb, and that I was seeing it. So I thought, well, Harry is a piece of debris. But when I want to see him and I say, I want you to show up, a piece of debris wouldn't just show up for you. So I kind of have a feeling he's a creature of light. Some few people that have a lot of fear have said, oh, you're opening a portal for demons, and he's a creature, but he's a demon. And it's like, no, I don't go for that. I don't believe that for 1 second. If, for one thing, there were things like demons, we would have to love them into the light, because all the light is going to always be. It can be transformed, but it cannot be created nor destroyed. It's like energy. It cannot be created nor destroyed. So what can light do to other light? Transform it. And you don't transform it by hating or fearing it. That's not a good way. I mean, that's a way a lot of people have tried to deal with things they think are demonic in their life. And I've had some experience with that. I talk about it in a video I made called How I Handled the Demons in My Life. And it's different than you may think. You don't just say, go into the deepest part of hell, the pits of hell. You just get away from me. You're awful and there's nothing good about you. You don't deal with them that way, although a lot of people think that's what you do. I once thought that was what you do. But I read a book by Joel Goldsmith. I think it was called Practicing the Presence. I gotta find that book again. In which he was saying everything is God. There's nothing that is not God. There's parts of God that are unenlightened as to who they are. And that's what we would call satanic or demon. It's just that they're in ignorance. They don't know. Now I'm just showing you pictures. Not hairy. Other pictures I've put together. And I will end this one. I won't make this be 20 minutes long because I'm going to go find that video I call How I Handled the Demons in My Life. And I will put that in the description bar in case you want to figure it out. In case you have a problem with what you might think of as a demon. You might use my method of how I dealt with them. And I think it's a pretty good way. Hate and fear have no place in a body of light. They don't do anything good for it. And we're all made of light. I learned that from Walter Russell, from reading his books, many of which I have on my own playlist that are on my channel. And the names of them are The Divine Iliad 1, The Divine Iliad 2, The Secret of Light, A New Concept of the Universe, The Universal One, and Atomic Suicide. There's several of his books that I read. And if you look on my playlist, you can find them. He made a lot of sense about understanding God, and it's not the same as the God of the Bible. The God of the Bible is a judgmental God that has human-like attributes like jealousy and revenge and judgment. But that is not God. God is like consciousness. God has no physical body, I don't think. But a lot of people are beginning to realize that quantum physics is bordering on discovering God in the smallest units of light, which I think that's what I'm doing. I may be wrong, but I just feel like I am. See how light travels? They say light doesn't reproduce itself, it just travels. I mean, it doesn't travel, it just reproduces itself. I got that backwards. And you see how this looks like it's traveling, this big one here? But it's just expanding and reproducing itself, and here's the smaller version of itself that it makes next, this next orb. And then it'll continue on. I have several pictures where there's 3. And see, when it travels, it still has the orb quality of having that little lines around the edges of it, only now it's not round. It's like a piece of ribbon, but you can see the rounded edge here of where it's traveling, or supposedly traveling, but reproducing itself really. And it has so much color in it. The orbs do. It's just amazing, the colors that I get. And patterns. And several things that I get in an orb look like what I have found online to be the orbital look of a hydrogen atom. So I think maybe I'm looking at a hydrogen atom. Just my guess. Anyway, this is the Dove Lady, and I'll talk at you later. Bye-bye.